What do you think about the secret society, bro? Does it really exist?
Hey, bro, it's
Secret
secret. I have no
society
idea.
or Illuminati? Does it really exist?
I don't know why I get this question all the time. So if you got a mail tomorrow and they're just like, "Hey, we saw your interview with Akhil Oso and we want to ask you to join the Illuminati," would you join?
Bro, I just saw your Instagram and you told, I'll get Grammys home, right? Love
Yes,
it, bro.
sir.
I love your confidence, bro. I hope,
Thank
I
you, brother.
hope you get Grammys home soon, and I wish you all the best, bro. All the best in the journey. And talking about, the music scene, bro, what do you think of the Indian music scene or the rap scene which is happening currently, the larger perspective?
On the larger perspective, just
Yeah.
up and up. Internationally, it's making waves now. Indian artists like you already being seen like King, HMK, Baldabba. Recently,
Hmm.
Killer K was in Paris. So,
Yeah.
things are like
Yeah.
happening organically really well now, sir.
I don't know why I'm asking you this. If you could
Yeah.
diss one artist without any consequences, like whom it would be, bro? Like. Hi guys, welcome back to Old Monk Radio. So today we have Akhil Chandrasekhar, aka Akhil Oso, on the show. He's one of India's fastest growing hip hop artists. He's a versatile music artist. He's a beat producer, a rapper, a musician by himself. He's been pursuing music all throughout his career, guys. An insane thing to know. Really had a very deep conversation with him. We have spoken about India's music scene, his upcoming releases, and about spirituality, and mainly about the secret society. Please sit back, relax, and listen to the entire podcast and let us know how did you feel about it. Here you go. This is Akhil Oso on Old Monk Radio. Hello, Akhil. Welcome to Old Monk Radio.
What is up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. How are you? It's so
Good.
good to see you, bro.
Good to see you too, bro. Did you hear the new song?
I listened to Ganga, bro. I loved it. I loved
Yeah.
Ganga. Yeah,
Thanks.
I love the
Appreciate
flow.
it.
The music video is also really great.
Yeah.
And I got hooked to one line called "The Ganga flows through me." And when you do all this, right, that is
Yeah.
insane. That is insane. How did you
Thank
get
you,
this
bro.
idea, bro? How did you get this idea?
So the song Ganga has actually been like brewing for like 3.5 years
Mm-hmm.
almost. It
Mm-hmm.
was structured differently initially. It had different verses, especially when that Ganga flowed through me line didn't even exist in the beginning. It was a
Mm-hmm.
totally different song, and I just had the feeling of Ganga, so the song was actually called Ganga. Didn't have
Mm-hmm.
anything to do with it. And then as I sat with that track for more and more time, it kind of like
Mm-hmm.
started resonating to me as like this is my way of expressing my life story, but kind of
Mm-hmm.
fusing it with like India as a culture and a country, like
Yeah.
both of them
Yeah.
together to kind
Mm-hmm.
of show the ups and downs of both. And that's how like the audio for Ganga was kind of created. There was a friend of mine. She was like, don't just begin straight away with a tabla. Don't start right away with a mridangam and tabla. Think of how you can express this like slightly better and more cinematic. Because this is not one of those pop records.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of those, but this one was supposed to be like my artistic piece where I just wanted to really go all out and push the boundary of being an artist. So I kind of
Mm-hmm.
wanted to start it then after that with a
Mm-hmm.
cinematic like intro vocal kind of thing. In
Mm-hmm.
that song, I sampled
Mm-hmm.
my own first four songs. So all
Mm-hmm.
of the ad libs and everything you're hearing around it is me chopping and sampling those songs and then bringing them into this entire like narrative. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Ganga the audio was, and the video was inspired by Tyler the Creator's Yonkers song
Mm-hmm.
and one of Billie Eilish's songs. I think it's the one where she's getting poked with the cigarettes in the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another one by Strome, which was I think it's I think it's L'Enfer, but that's the one. Yeah.
That's amazing, bro. But I really got hooked to this track, bro. I actually listened to it a lot of times. I wanted to
Yeah.
tell you personally. I thought I'll tell it to you on the show. I'm just
Thank you,
waiting
bro.
for this.
Appreciate it. Really
Yeah.
appreciate it. We've been dropping a
Cheers,
bunch. We
bro.
just dropped a brand new one today called Starstruck with my brother Viran from Chennai.
Uh-huh.
That also
That's
just happened
nice.
on the fly. I went there to meet this guy called Darren. So me and
Okay.
Viran and Darren were like making a song together. We
Mm-hmm.
finished it, and then Darren and Viran were just like playing the keys in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
stepped outside. I was like, Broski, do you have like a beat or instrument? I just want to go sit outside and like reflect, right? So he
Mm-hmm.
sent me like two, three beats. I went outside, these guys just playing the keys in the studio, having a
Mm-hmm.
ball. And then I go out in like 20 minutes, I write the whole Starstruck song. And I
Yeah.
was like a banger. So I had to go back, shoot a video in Chennai. It's out today.
That's amazing, bro. Bro, your accent seems, out of totally out
Out
of
of
Indian
pocket.
accent, bro. Yeah, out of pocket. How is it?
You know what it sounds like? You're a doubler right now, right? It
Yeah,
feels like
yeah.
I would belong there with my accent a lot better.
Yeah.
Thinking
I
about
feel like I'm talking to an Irish man, That's what I feel right now. How is
bless,
it, bro?
bless. How is my accent? My accent or
Mm-hmm. Your
the
accent,
question?
how did it? Yeah.
Okay, so are you from like Bangalore city? Like, do you know
I'm
Bangalore
I'm from
properly?
Bangalore. Yeah, I'm from Bangalore, bro. I was brought up there. Yeah.
Nice. So the school kind of I went to, a lot of the teachers there already had a little bit of that British influence. But kind of
Mhm.
before I went into that space, I was very isolated as a kid, like very much around my own family and
Mhm.
community kind of a thing. And
Mhm.
a lot of their influences is very British. So a lot of my
Okay.
mom's friends are
Uh
British,
huh.
a lot of my grandparents' friends are British, and a lot of the
Mhm.
music I grew up listening to was British. So I think there was
Mhm.
a phase in my life where I was
Mhm.
listening to more music than I was talking to human beings.
Oh.
And that just
Mhm.
became everything that I like picked up in the way
Mhm.
of like speaking, in the way of like slang, all of these kind of things like that. And I
Mhm.
actually, now that you bring it up, I'm noticing the evolution of the way I speak and my slang evolves
Mhm.
with the kind of music that I'm listening to, because I think I
Yeah.
associate with music a lot better than human beings.
Yeah, that's amazing to know, bro. But also, I've listened to a few podcasts of yours before. I've noticed that you've
Hmm.
been using music from day one, right? You had no other plans at all. You've been
Yeah.
doing music from day one. How did you
Yes,
choose
sir.
this journey, bro? When was that initial spark in your life, that you wanted to do this?
That's a really good question, and it
Yeah,
definitely feels like you researched this topic well.
yeah.
I don't know when I chose music, but my earliest memories are with music. Like they're in my house when my mom
Mm-hmm,
used to set up these like pots and pans and let me become like
mm-hmm,
a drummer, and then from there just ended up getting into like tabla and harmonium, and then the trumpet, and then just graduated in different genres of music. So like it
mm-hmm,
never really hit me like when did I get into music or choose music or select music, but it
mm-hmm.
hit me like few years back, and I've been doing it professionally for about like 15, 16 years now.
That's
But a
amazing.
few years back when it like actually hit me that I'm doing this as a career. Till then it
Mm-hmm,
was just like, oh, this is what I do, this is what
mm-hmm,
Akil does on an everyday basis, is music. And then 2 3
mm-hmm,
years back it hit me like, shit, this is my career, this is my life path.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
it was more me understanding that music chose me and less me choosing music.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing, bro. And who are your favorite artists, bro? Whom do you look up to? Russ, I
I've
know
got
Russ.
Eminem. I got Eminem and
Yeah.
Tupac tattooed on my hand. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh,
That's
no, I
half the
can't.
face, half the face is Tupac, and
Amazing, bro. That's
that's
amazing.
some
Yeah.
of my inspirations. But my
Mm-hmm.
top three keeps changing. And what you said, Russ, is a huge
Yeah.
inspiration to me because
Mm-hmm.
more than his music, I love his music, bro. I went to his
Mm-hmm.
concert, but his
Mm-hmm.
work ethic and the way that he like handles everything, I love
Mm-hmm.
that, and I'm just more
Mm-hmm.
inspired by Russ as a human being. But my
Yeah.
top three musicians always keep changing. My current top three musicians is
Mm-hmm.
Damon Albarn. Do you know the band called the
Mm-hmm.
Gorillaz?
No, I've not heard of it.
So
I
Gorillaz,
mean,
and
okay.
do you know this band called Oasis?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so the band that used to compete with Oasis, either they were number one
Oasis.
or two, like that,
Yeah.
was a band
Got it.
called Blur. So Damon
Mm-hmm.
Albarn is from Blur and also part of the Gorillaz. I mean, created the Gorillaz, and also
Mm-hmm.
in a band called The Good, the Bad, and the Queen. So he's my favorite artist. My second favorite
Mm-hmm.
artist is Tyler, the Creator, and then
Mm-hmm.
my third favorite
Amazing.
artist is an artist called Stromae from Belgium.
Stormy. That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Russ had recently come to Dublin, bro. I think a couple of weeks back. I missed going to his
Ah,
show. Then I was
that's
looking at
wild.
your Instagram and I found out, you had made a reel about Russ, right? That's when I
Around the
connected
same
with.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Around the same
Okay.
time. Yeah, that's
That's
amazing,
wild,
bro.
bro. We need to do an Old Monk Radio, Akhil Oso, Dublin takeover.
Yeah,
We need to
for
make
sure,
this
bro.
happen.
Yeah, I'm actually, on it. I've spoken to a few people. Let me get back to you
Yeah.
with good details. I'll let you know once I get some
Uh huh.
confirmations. Yeah,
Sounds good, bro. I can't wait. You
yeah,
DJ yourself, right?
yeah. I DJ myself, bro. I've been doing it for 6 years professionally now. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm into a lot of techno and tech progressive house music.
Nice. How's
But
the
right
scene there
now,
for?
it's amazing, bro. Like Europe is, known for hard tech,
Yeah.
and progressive music. It is amazing. It's going great. Right now, I'm associated with a couple of people who's doing, Bollywood parties here. So
Okay.
I wanted to do something, in the tech space itself. So I've started doing something called as Bolly Tech, where I'm mixing, Bollywood acapellas with tech or house tracks. That's what I'm trying to do. It's a
Okay.
new experience for them. Let's see how it
Representing.
goes.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. That's what's up. You got to
yeah,
find the reason that you can make a difference, and it's not always
yeah,
copying someone else. Like what you
yeah.
just
That's
said. That's what
yeah,
makes the difference. Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool, bro.
That's true.
How are they liking it? How are they liking the Bollywood vocals?
It's going great. As of now, everyone I've played a couple of shows till now, and I've got really good feedbacks.
Okay.
People are coming down after the show telling me that the set was amazing and we are hearing for this for the first time. And we
Yeah.
always listen to Bollywood dance music, or Bollywood parties are always like they play the entire track and just shift from phases to
Yeah.
phases, right? But this
Yeah.
was like a proper like proper club music, bro. Like you get Bollywood acapellas and then you get the drop, and
Mm.
you beat match the song in the outros and get another intros in. That's how it
Yeah.
is. So people
Yeah.
loved the experience. I want to like take it up. Let's see. Fingers crossed. I don't know how it'll go. Hopefully it goes
I'm sure
well.
it'll go well. Is the
Yeah.
response like coming good from like the Indian community, or is like even the people from
Yeah,
Ireland responding?
it is a mix response, bro. Because last time when I played, there was this place called Wigwam. There was another event happening down in the underground. There was
Okay.
Irish like hard tech party happening, and on the
Okay.
ground floor we were doing it. And at the end of the show, like we wind up parties here at around 3:30 or 4 a.m. in the morning, right? At the end of the show,
Damn.
all the people are shuffling, and I
Yeah.
saw so many Irish people on the floor, and
Yeah.
they were happy too, bro. It is amazing. And even Indian guys were shocked, they're like, this is like very new to us.
Yeah.
It's good, it's good. It's good to get some positive response when you start something different. It always pushes
That's
you
true.
to pushes you off limits, right? That's what I believe
Yeah.
in, bro. Yeah.
I'm gonna like ask you one last question about this. You can
Yeah.
cut this off with the pod if it's too technical and a little boring.
No problem.
But like the
Yeah.
tempos are so different, no? Techno and Bollywood. How are you getting acapellas on this tempo and then the tempo of like
Yeah,
techno?
bro. So I'm choosing, all the acapellas only in, 125 to 128 BPMs. Not anything
Okay.
which goes off. I'm not choosing it because obviously it'll be
Okay.
too
Okay.
hard for me to mix. So I'll also
Yeah.
play my set around this BPMs, right? 125 to 128. So whichever goes
Yeah. Yeah.
along right now, I'm doing it. Otherwise, I'll have to sit down and pre-do the tracks where I,
Yeah.
do it in Ableton and stuff. So that's how it's
Mhm.
going. But right now I'm doing it.
Okay.
Most of it is live, so I'm just choosing
Mhm.
tracks like that. Basically, my preparation is like done before I go to the gig, so I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing most of it
Yeah.
on the spot, so I know what
Nice.
tracks I have and where it goes and how it sounds. Everything. That's what you need to
Yeah.
have, bro. Or if you go with a blank mindset, you're gonna fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to DJ myself. Like I started DJing on vinyl like long, long, long time
Yeah.
back.
Oh, amazing.
From vinyl, I got
Amazing.
into DJing on
Mhm.
like CDJ controllers and stuff.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
sometimes in the beginning, like I know in the initial start of it, I used to go with like a little notepad which had times,
Yeah.
notes, tracks,
Yeah.
anything that already like
Yeah.
pre-prepped because my
Mhm.
memory's fucked.
Bro, where are you from basically, bro? Like, are you from
Born
Bangalore
and raised
or?
in Bangalore City, bro. Yeah.
But currently you're in Chennai, no? You have own studio
Yeah,
there in
bro. I do
Chennai.
a lot of projects in Chennai. We did
Mm-hmm.
a show recently at Secret Stories, sold out the venue there.
Mm-hmm.
That was freaking amazing. That was my first experience in Chennai, but that's when
Mm-hmm.
I've got to meet a lot of really cool people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to Chennai, I think, 2 or 3 times after that to record some
Mm-hmm.
music and then shoot a
Mm-hmm.
music video and stuff like that. So it's been an experience. Chennai has become almost like a kind of like a second home, but Bangalore is home base for me right now.
Yeah, amazing, amazing, bro. I definitely will catch up to you when I'm in Bangalore, bro. I really missed, I
Yes,
never
sir.
knew about you before this, and somehow I got your
Yeah,
profile, and then I started researching, and you're an interesting person,
yeah.
bro. I regretted not meeting you before.
Now we've got time. Yeah,
Yeah, cheers, bro. Uh, and talking about, the music scene, bro, what do you think of the Indian music scene or the rap scene which is happening currently? Like,
yeah,
what do you think
bro.
about it
It's
on the larger perspective?
on the larger perspective, just
Yeah,
up and up. I love where it's going. And I think internationally, it's making waves now.
yeah,
Some of the Indian artists, like you're already being seen, like King, HMK,
yeah,
Pal Dabba, just like performing in different places. Recently,
mm-hmm,
Killer K was in Paris. So,
yeah,
things are
yeah,
like happening organically
mm-hmm,
really well. There are a
mm-hmm,
few countries abroad that are reacting really, really well to it. And I think that's
mm-hmm,
also because there's a good Indian population. Like you see, Australia is reacting well
mm-hmm,
to it.
mm-hmm,
The UK is reacting really well to it. Canada
mm-hmm,
is reacting well to it.
mm-hmm,
And it's just a matter of time before this becomes. I hate to say it like this, but I feel like it has to at one point become a fad. Like where it's
mm-hmm.
like suddenly everyone's listening to like Spanish music, or suddenly everyone listening to dancehall music.
Yeah,
But it
that's
has to
true.
kind of become like a fad. It has to kind of become like the cool thing to do. And
Mm-hmm,
then after that is when it becomes okay, this is part of the culture. So it's
mm-hmm,
on the route to becoming part of the culture. So we
mm-hmm,
need the bubble to kind of like keep expanding, pop and then it becomes part of the system. That's
Yeah.
how I'm looking at it. But it's on the way there, bro. I've been
Yeah.
like starting. I've got so many, like, I wouldn't say so many. I've got like a few media publications for my music and
Mhm.
like stuff like that. And most of them are not in India. Most of them are from like
Mhm.
the Northern America part of it. Some of them from
Mhm.
the UK. They've been
Mhm.
reacting to the music way faster than the Indian media has been. You know.
Mhm. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, bro, how do you promote your music? Like once the release is done.
I hate promoting my music, bro. I'm like, genuinely, I just every day I'm struck because I think you know, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
dropping
Yeah.
a song every single week. Find
Yeah.
Russ and get signed to
Mhm.
Russ. So
Mhm.
dropping a song every week and then
Mhm.
creating like the promo plan for everything, bro, it's been hectic. But that
Yeah.
being said, I didn't do this not prepared and not educated. So I would say the
Mhm.
best way to think about promotion, especially if you're an indie artist on my
Mhm.
scale or smaller than me,
Mhm.
even bigger to a certain extent,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Is don't think about pre-promotion. It makes
Mhm.
zero difference. Like completely
Mhm.
avoid the concept of pre-promotion unless you
Mhm.
already have an active fan base of above 80, 100 people. It makes
Mhm.
zero sense to do anything pre-promotion, right?
Mhm.
Also, because social media pre-promotion just doesn't work because
Mhm.
we're kind of in this like mindset right now where we want instant gratification on anything. So suppose someone
That's true.
sees like a trailer, even for this
Mhm.
podcast, right? Let's say this is the
Mhm.
trailer for this podcast and it's a quick
Mhm.
5-10 second thing. They
Mhm.
want
Mhm.
to finish and get the gratification from it. They're not
Yeah.
going to remember that, oh, we saw this on Old Monk Radio like 1 week back and they said it's coming
Mhm.
in 10 days. So let's set an alarm
Mhm.
on my calendar
Mhm.
and then I'm going to go. No one's doing that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
completely avoid pre-promotion, completely
Mhm.
focus on post-promotion. And
Mhm.
post-promotion would ideally be you have to make sure you're solid on your social media. Your
Mhm.
Instagram has to be really, really well optimized because we don't have TikTok in India. If you have
Mhm.
TikTok, then do more content on TikTok. If you
Yeah.
don't, focus on Instagram. And again, in Instagram, it's not about doing like 15, 20 pieces of content. It's about
Mhm.
doing that 3 to 5 pieces of content on a song that you really believe in. And
Mhm.
then also going ahead and promoting that song through campaigns. The other
Mhm.
part of it is you got this Instagram community and then you got the
Mhm.
Spotify and Apple Music community, right? That's
Mhm.
where you got to focus on getting playlisted. That's the
Mhm.
biggest like game changer. If you start getting
Mhm.
playlisted quite regularly, you're going to start seeing a lot of growth there. And that was one of the biggest changes for us this year. We focused heavily on Instagram and just thought that like killing it on IG is going to help us kill it on Spotify. It didn't work. People like the
Yeah.
content, would very, very rarely switch from one platform to another platform to go and find somebody.
Yeah.
So when we started doing promotion now hand in hand on both of these platforms, kind of like figuring out this game, that's when things started working better. But it's tough getting playlisted.
I know that. Thanks, bro. I think it is, really helpful insight for people who's trying to promote their tracks because sometimes even I usually think how to, promote things. Sometimes,
Yeah,
few things get stuck and it don't go forward. It only reach in our circle. And as an artist, you want the music to
yeah,
reach out of your circle, right? That's when you'll get different
yeah.
perspectives towards your work. So I think that helped me a
True.
lot. Hmm.
Just gonna
And
add one thing since
yeah,
you said
yeah.
that right there.
Hmm.
Don't promote your circle. In the beginning, when I say your circle, I don't mean your fan base. Promote your
Hmm.
fan base because your fan
Hmm.
base is there to see
Hmm.
you. If you
Hmm.
have like a bunch of friends, if you have a bunch of cousins, if you have a bunch
Hmm.
of like, your friends, don't
Hmm.
promote to those people. Those
Hmm.
people are not your fans of music. Those are
That's true.
people who know you as a human being, and you have
Hmm.
to differentiate that. If you
Hmm.
have, let's say, 10 levels of effort you can put in a day to
Hmm.
promote your music, don't put 10 levels of effort into promoting to your friends and family. They'll
Hmm.
hear about it. They're
Hmm.
going to have to catch up to it eventually, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have much better results promoting it to those people who don't know you and hitting up
Hmm.
brand new communities.
Hmm.
That's going to snowball back, and these people are automatically going to be on your side,
Hmm.
So don't
Yeah.
promote to friends and family.
Yeah. Fair enough, bro. And bro, did you see the latest, Rolling Stone in Thailand, where ASAP Rocky dropped a remix of Big Dogs,
Bro.
and they
Yeah, bro,
performed
that was fucking
HMK.
wild.
Yeah, that's
Wild.
yeah,
Yeah, bro, that was insane. I hit up Suraj and I was just like, bro, that's unfucking believable. You're really,
yeah.
really fucking taking it to another platform. It's fucking
No, it's
unbelievable.
already gone, bro. What do you think, ASAP Rocky's mindset was that time, to get HMK's track and remix and get him on stage and because the bigger artists, right, they're very particular about how the show goes, right? Because they would have had the show
Yeah,
planned, right? They want the show to go in a specific way because there are a lot of people who's come for them and who's watching them. And for a guy like ASAP Rocky to get HMK on
yeah.
stage, That's a very big thing, right? And for us being
Yeah,
Indians and HMK being our boy, it's like out of the world feeling,
yeah.
bro. What do you think, ASAP Rocky's mindset would be at that
That's
point
true.
of time? Yeah.
Bro, it's two things that you mentioned already. One, you said planning, right? It goes
Mm-hmm.
so much planning behind one of these massive shows.
Mm-hmm.
And HMK and his team are just like always thinking, always connecting, always networking, always building these relationships within the
Mm-hmm.
industry and
Mm-hmm.
allowing Suraj to kind of like focus on the music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's amazing. That's
Mm-hmm.
genuinely amazing. Apart from that, ASAP Rocky is one of those people who catches culture, dude. He
Mm-hmm.
builds culture, he catches culture early, and if he
Mm-hmm.
really likes something, he's going to co sign it and he's going to
Mm-hmm.
usually go out of his way to support and build that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
coming from an upbringing where it's like a whole team, that's a whole ASAP team. He's always almost thinking like in a collective mind state, not in a
Mm-hmm.
individual mind state. And
Mm-hmm.
those two linking up to do a project like that, dude,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. It's
Yeah.
something that if you had a guess that would happen, it would happen.
Yeah. It's amazing, bro. Where have you been performing except India, bro? Have you performed in any other, countries so far, or how is it? Like, have you got a
No,
chance to do
I
it?
haven't performed outside India yet. Now we
Mm-hmm.
performed in a bunch of different places in India.
Mm-hmm.
Outside India, we haven't yet. I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
focus on getting into Canada, Thailand, and the UK and
Mm-hmm.
Australia. As
Mm-hmm.
in, we send out some emails right now.
Mm-hmm.
But this is kind of the ending of the year, so
Mm-hmm.
we need to wait for the next cycle of gigs. So probably
Mm-hmm.
mid next year, you should
Mm-hmm.
see me in a few different countries.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah,
And talking about collaborations, right? Like, have you collaborated with any of the Indian artists before in your tracks? Because I've actually not seen most of your work. I've listened only to Ganga. I'm sorry for it.
yeah.
But have you collaborated,
No, no, no.
with any of the Indian artists before?
That's a good question, bro. I love working and collaborating with people. It's just that
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on a timeline and like a
Mm-hmm.
very I'm
Mm-hmm.
always ready to go. So when
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with someone and then like they say that they need like 1 month or it's gonna take like fucking God knows
Yeah.
when the project is gonna get done, I can't
Yeah.
work. I can't stop and pause creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm creating it, it can't have any limits.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, there are a few artists that I've connected with amazingly in that manner, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's
Mm-hmm.
this brand new guy who's just 16 years old, and I found him in Chennai in the studio. When I was shooting
Mm-hmm.
outside, he was inside the studio. I found him. His name was
Mm-hmm.
Tans.
Mm-hmm.
Tans, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Viran, one of the coolest producers ever.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super ill.
Mm-hmm.
Angel Joshi, she was on
Mm-hmm.
the vocals for Indian Rhapsody on the Mridangam
Mm-hmm.
and Tabla section.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most collaborated artists with me has been a person called Jessley. And
Just
Jessley
like,
is an amazing singer and now also a songwriter.
mm-hmm.
And my first song to start doing well on Spotify, like doing really good on Spotify, was a song with her called Ask Me Anything. It was my first lo-fi song.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so these are the few artists I've been working with. I've got a few things coming up which I can't really talk about. But
Okay,
yeah, so
okay.
some projects coming up.
That's
Yeah.
amazing, bro.
Oh,
And
dude, and we
yeah,
forgot to mention, there's a movie called Martin, which is Karnataka's
yeah,
biggest
Martin.
funded Kannada
Mm-hmm.
film. It was
Mm-hmm.
a micro project. So I'm in the audio for that with my brother Chirayu from Team Chirayu.
Amazing, bro. Oh, Chirayu, nice. What did you guys do in the movie?
Yeah,
Like,
me and Chirayu have been brothers like from like beginning of our career, bro. We have so much
amazing.
music together. We have so many amazing projects together.
That's
Yeah,
amazing, bro.
and in this movie, it's Chirayu's song. Chirayu's
Mm-hmm.
the guy who created the idea for it, along with my
Mm-hmm.
brother Vijit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These two came up with the idea for this song on Martin. I think it
Mm-hmm.
has like 20 languages on it, or 18 languages on it, or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the English version of that one. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the project. But all props to Chirayu. Well, man.
That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. I've seen Chirayu, bro. Some of my friends, back in Bangalore, they were dancers and they had collaborated
Yeah,
with him for some projects. Yeah, I've seen his works
nice.
before. He's a really interesting guy, to be honest.
Yeah, he's an
Yeah,
amazing human being, bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
like a genuinely cool, amazing human being. He's like one of those very few people in the industry I get to call like a brother.
Amazing, bro. That's good to have
Yeah,
brothers around you, right, when you're growing up.
yeah, yes, sir.
And yeah, bro, what's with your hairstyle and look, bro? Like, how did you choose it? Like, was it like this from before, or are you giving me that Viking look, bro? Like,
So, bro, I'll tell you the only thing I did to this thing is kind of shape, like trim the sides of it,
uh-huh.
because at one point in time I was like I was fighting a lot,
Mhm.
and I wanted to kind of have this like Viking intensity to my personality. So I kind of
Mhm.
just took the sides off it. But my hair, like this stuff, these aren't even. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. These aren't braids, bro. This is a natural, God given, gifted. I'm the chosen one hairstyle. It happened on its
Amazing,
own.
bro. That's amazing. The look actually carries out very well on you, bro. I mean, your entire personality
Thank you, bro.
tells or talks about it, right? That's amazing, bro.
This is like very part of my culture. So
Mhm.
I'm from the south, where a lot
Mhm.
of us are people who believe in Shiva or Adi
Mhm.
Yogi, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
you'll usually see people who have like a very deep connection with Adi Yogi. Their hair will naturally end up becoming like this. So for
Amazing,
me
bro.
personally, in a spiritual manner, which I very rarely talk about,
Mhm.
uh, that's a deep thing for me. That's a deep connection with my hair and someone that I believe in.
That's amazing, bro. What do you talk at home, bro? Like, do you talk English or do you talk Kannada? Since you told you're from Bangalore.
It's usually just sign language. We just walk in, throw up gang signs.
Okay, that's great, bro. And talking about spirituality, bro, what do you like? When did you enhance yourself into that? When did you realize that you are a spiritual person? Because that takes
That's
time, right? It comes eventually evolving as a person, like after a lot of realizations and mistakes or whatever we call it. At one point, you'll know, like, okay,
yeah.
there is something called as spirituality or inner self, which glows out. When did you like realize about that?
In a weird way, it was part of my life, but it was isolated, so I never connected with
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Something very serious happened in my life, which I don't really want to bring
Mm-hmm.
up right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Mm-hmm.
was a life changing, very negative, very bad situation that happened in my life, where
Mm-hmm.
I found myself like in an ashram, like to run away from it, to hide from it, to get away from it. I was in an ashram for about 2.5, close to 3 months of my life in a village in Gujarat.
Mm-hmm.
And living in that ashram, I went there with just like, bro, fuck this. I can't believe I'm here. This like, what the fuck is this kind of shit? Like, attitude, right? And it was an
Mm-hmm.
ashram where there was no like tar roads outside. It was just like mud roads, like isolated ashram, and just
Mm-hmm.
hiding out from the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I was there, it's like going with this aggression and negativity. It's slowly, with no one's force, no one coming and saying, "Hey, you should do this. You should think like
Mm-hmm.
this. You should try this. You should do that." Nothing. I was in fact just completely left on my own in that ashram, and I
Mm-hmm.
started seeing things and talking to people and learning things, and that
Mm-hmm.
was my first taste of like I kind of feel like there's more to it, because you have
Mm-hmm.
spiritual experiences in like small forms, like when you're doing like you know when you're doing substances or whatever else as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
like a real pathway that you've chosen. When I was
Mm-hmm.
at this ashram, that was a life changing experience in the form of me getting awakened and open to the fact that I am a spiritual human being. I
Mm-hmm.
know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Always, I know nothing, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
constantly seeking to find answers to everything.
Yeah.
Even when I feel like I could answer a question, it's only that I can answer the question as well as I can at this moment, and I'm sure there's a better way to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first awakening to the whole spiritual pathway. After that, every single birthday of mine, I've been in the ashram for like 48 hours in silence.
That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. Sometimes,
Thank you.
these kind of changes, really puts out life in path, right? You'll have the clarity in life what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro. And bro, talking about your
Have you
name,
had
right?
a experience like that?
Bro, I don't particularly have any spiritual experience, but I have been brought up like like my parents are all. I mean, they're very spiritual, bro. They believe in a lot of God and positivity and everything. I've experienced a few things,
Mm,
like which is like out of the world feeling. You really can't tell that out, but all those experiences have made. I believe in a lot of
mm,
positive energy. I believe in a lot of energies, and if you believe in positivity, right? If I attract positivity, and that tends to happen, and I go with that
yeah.
mind state, bro. I just go with that mindset. I really don't know how to put it into words, but I've really felt the
Yeah.
spiritual presence and this positivity and energies presence. Basically, I've really felt it, and it sometimes shocks me up, bro. I'll sometimes think, does this really exist? And when I feel it, I'll be like, I got my
Yeah.
answer. It does exist. That's what is done to
Nice.
me so far. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel
Because
more
yeah,
connected with it when you went to Dublin, or less connected with it when you went to Dublin?
bro, I feel more connected. In fact, I feel more connected to it before because I can see I have become a different person coming here, bro. I'm like, I'm like clear in what I have to do. Back in Bangalore, I was like I had a lot of things on my plate. Okay, back in Bangalore, I used to do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm doing a lot of things, but I'm very clear in doing things. I think that enhanced me to
Mm.
like prop like I don't know how to put it out. I think the spirituality or this energy is enhancing me to do what I have to do, and because I have a goal in my life, I want to reach there, and I just want all my energy and force to just go towards that direction. And I feel I'm doing great as of now.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's how it
good.
is, bro. Yeah.
What's the goal?
The goal, I'll tell you. I'll tell you the goal. Probably when I call you personally, I'll tell you the goal. Because I'm a person who
All right,
don't
cool,
believe
cool.
in talking about it till I do, bro. Because I don't want to tell it
Nice.
now. Yeah, I want to tell it, like
Yeah,
after I do it, after I achieve that, I just want to tell it. I
yeah,
had this in my mind, I did it. That's what I want to tell.
yeah,
Because sometimes you tell out certain things, and if that doesn't happen, there's a different like the
yeah,
people, really don't give a fuck about what people think, but that will start hitting me, right? Like subconsciously I'll be like, oh fuck, I told so many people that I'll be doing this, but I'm not able to do this. That'll be a pressure on your
yeah,
mental being, right? So I don't want that. I just want to go there, and I'll tell the world that I thought of it and I did it. That's what I've been doing for I think a lot of years now. It's been going great.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Good, bro. Good stuff.
Yeah, thanks, bro. And bro, like your full name is Akhil Chandrasekhar, right? If I'm not wrong. Oh,
Yes, sir. Akhil
yeah.
Chandrasekhar.
And this Oso is your stage name, Akhil Oso.
Akhil Oso is my stage name. Akhil
Okay,
is my artist name. Yeah.
okay.
Oso is like
What does it
something
mean?
I took some time out, man. I was doing music all my life. Like I said, like I can't
Mm-hmm,
remember a time when I wasn't doing music.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And when I went from being like a metal artist, like I was in a metal band, to then being a
Okay.
DJ producer,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and I became a rapper. But I was a rapper
mm-hmm.
under the name 2EM. Please, anyone watching this, don't go listen to 2EM's music. Don't listen to my new stuff. But when I was rapping under the name 2EM, I kind of put myself in a box without realizing, because
Mm-hmm.
2EM basically was just Tupac, Eminem as one, like what my tattoo is,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm,
And I
mm-hmm,
wanted to just kind of embody that character. Doing that, bro, I realized that like soon I realized that I'm not myself. There's so
mm-hmm,
much I can't do because I'm in this box that I have to either sound like Tupac or sound like Eminem, and there's certain topics I can't talk about or whatever else like that. And more as a creative, I just kept feeling more boxed in and boxed in and boxed in and boxed in with that name. I took 2.5 years off when I was doing insanely well in my career. That
mm-hmm.
year that I decided to switch off everything, we were at like 98 shows that one year. As a
Amazing.
rapper,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that's insanely difficult to pull off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So 98 shows did it, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore because I'm not myself. I'm trying to play a character here, and I'm not trying to, like, necessarily play a character, but I can't talk about 90% of everything I want to talk about, and I
Mm-hmm,
can't sound like what's in my head. There's these like tunes in my head, there's these melodies in my head, there's these drum patterns in my head that I can't create anymore.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So took 2.5 years off from making music to find my sound, find my purpose, find like what is
mm-hmm,
it that I'm actually here to do.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
During this entire process of finding that, I realized that like I am a product of everything that I grew up listening to. So that's like everything from like Eminem, the Beatles, Radiohead, Gorillaz,
mm-hmm,
all together. That's me equally. I might be Indian, but I'm equally all of that.
mm-hmm,
And I'm
mm-hmm,
also equally Indian. I'm also
mm-hmm,
equally from this soil, right? And
mm-hmm.
me, as what I can possibly be, is only a culmination of those two things. And that
Yeah,
became my sound.
yeah.
That's my sound. Then I realized that like Akil alone is just feels empty, and I don't want
Yeah.
to do this just only for me, because not the way I grew up in my life, it doesn't feel like it was just supposed to be alone, right? So I
Mm-hmm,
thought very hard, and I wanted to understand how can I solve a lot of things with just the least amount of conversation, right?
mm-hmm,
And then
mm-hmm,
or least amount of steps, and I realized it just comes down to these three letters:
mm-hmm,
observe, serve,
mm-hmm.
organize, right?
Amazing.
That's what OSA means, right? So you
Yeah.
observe the problem. It could be something as small as like a pothole on the road or
Mm-hmm,
a hole in the ozone layer, like
mm-hmm,
environmental
mm-hmm,
issue, right? You observe it, understand it,
mm-hmm,
serve it with the right intent, and
mm-hmm,
then organize the right resources or the right people to get to
mm-hmm.
that solution or that goal. And that's what OSA is. OSA is
Yeah.
a community way of thinking that can help change your life as an individual or the
Hmm.
world as like a collective. And that's
Hmm.
also.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Like listening to you talk now, I have two questions now. I just it just popped up,
Sure.
out listening to you. So first thing is, how do you handle creativity block, bro? You told me that 2 years you didn't do anything. You just want to figure out what you have to do. That's my
Yeah.
first question. And I know
Yeah.
like there'll be a lot of things going on in your mind, right, during those times. And
Yeah.
what keeps you going when you feel like giving up? What keeps you going? What
Those
keeps you driving?
those are
Yeah,
good questions.
yeah,
Those are very powerful questions. The first
yeah.
question, I don't believe in creativity block. I have
Mm-hmm,
this video on my studio channel. I produce under
mm-hmm,
the moniker Messiah. So
mm-hmm,
if you go to Messiah Experience on Instagram, that's me as a producer. But I
mm-hmm,
also teach some stuff. In that, I have a series called Studio Sauce, where I'm talking about this exact topic of creative blocks and
mm-hmm,
unable to create or whatever else.
mm-hmm,
If you feel like you can't create or you feel like you're stuck or whatever else, but you can't show me 100 failed attempts this month,
mm-hmm,
or at least 80 failed attempts this month, I'm
mm-hmm.
not going to take your word for it.
Yeah.
Most people who feel like they're in a creative block are just afraid to begin to try. The
Mm-hmm,
best way to solve a creative block is just, if you're a writer, pick up the pen and write 80 bad things. If you're a
mm-hmm,
musician, make 80 bad songs.
mm-hmm.
No one cares. Your next song doesn't have to be your biggest project. Your
Yeah,
next book doesn't have to be the coolest book on earth. But
yeah.
you have to create. A creator's only purpose every single day is to create. So
Mm-hmm,
at the end of one month, if you're going to say, I've had creators block, I've had like writing block, I've not been able
mm-hmm,
to do anything, but you can't show me a series of failed attempts, I'm not
mm-hmm,
going to consider that as a creative block.
mm-hmm,
Personally, for me, that kind of thought process happened in the beginning, where I was just like, when I say beginning, like years ago, bro, where I was just
mm-hmm,
like, I'd overthinking it so much that it paused me from creating. And it's the
mm-hmm.
overthinking that pauses you from creating. It's not the thinking that pauses you
Yeah,
from
yeah.
creating, right?
Mm-hmm,
And now I'm in a state where I do not think at all creating. Like, I
mm-hmm,
can just turn on the computer with zero idea of what's going to happen and
mm-hmm,
just begin to create, and the song has become the song before I know it's begun.
mm-hmm,
So that's how I write, that's how I produce, that's how now I even mix, is with
mm-hmm,
zero blockages in my head, because
mm-hmm.
I am just a channel for something that happens during that time. I'm called upon at that
Yeah,
time, and then whatever
yeah.
has to happen at that time, I need to allow it to happen. That's my only job. That's
Mm-hmm,
what a creator is supposed to be in my head. The other thing is, like what you said about like the second question, why do you do it? And like, are you scared of failing, or like, you
I
know
mean, what keeps you going when you feel like, giving up? Like, is there been any instances in your life as such, like you wanted to like
Many,
just, yeah,
almost on an everyday basis, almost on an every single day basis. You
yeah,
feel like, maybe
mm-hmm,
this isn't everything in my head that I thought it was going to be in.
yeah,
We've come a long way, bro. We've become
yeah,
one of the fastest growing Indian artists.
mm-hmm,
In the last 8 months, we've gone from like 7,000 monthly streams to like 270,000 monthly streams,
mm-hmm,
which is like a
mm-hmm,
huge jump for anybody.
mm-hmm,
But during this process, every single day has been difficult.
mm-hmm,
Every single day has insane amount of roadblocks, insane amount of
mm-hmm,
challenges. Almost every second week, you're just like,
mm-hmm,
I'm done. I need to tap out. I'm quitting. And that's been the same thing that I've been saying for years. So
mm-hmm.
it's not like it's not like it's a new thing, or it's not like it's an old thing. It's like a almost everyday thing. You battle with the devil, and you sit and have tea with the angel, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
happens almost on an everyday basis.
mm-hmm,
Personally, for me, it's been two things, bro. One is me finding my purpose in life as an artist, and knowing that
mm-hmm,
I'm here to create, and
mm-hmm,
what I want to do in my life is two particular goals, and I have to achieve those two goals. That's the reason I'm
mm-hmm,
here. And
mm-hmm,
sometimes when it gets really, really dark and it's still too heavy,
mm-hmm.
um, believe in the belief that other people have in you. If
Yeah,
you don't believe in yourself at the moment, that helps.
yeah, yeah. I think you're a very, like a positive person, bro. You have, I think all because of your experiences, it has shaped you for a such human being, I guess, if I'm not wrong.
Thank
You have a lot of insights, for people, I think a lot of people, get stuck at one point and they don't know what to do next, and most of them give up, bro. Like I've seen a lot of people around me, they keep going, and one point if something doesn't work, they give up. They don't know
you. Yeah,
what their purpose is. They don't know why they started. If there's
yeah.
no purpose towards what you're doing, I don't believe like you'll have to continue doing that, right? That,
Mhm.
that's true, bro. And you just mentioned devil and devil, right, bro? So this thing popped up on my mind. What do you think about the secret society, bro? Does it really exist?
Hey, bro, it's
secret
secret. I have no
society or
idea.
Illuminati. Does it really exist?
I don't know why I get this question all the time. Everyone feels like I'm part of some sort of a community. I'm not.
No, bro, it's crazy. Like there was one point of time in my life, I started doing a lot of R&D because about this topic, and I used to get so much content about it. I used to scroll
Yeah,
down, and I used to read a lot about it, find out a lot about it, and I realized, like, dude, all the like big artists whom is looking at, is a part of secret society. What the fuck is happening? Like, that's what I felt.
you
Is
believe
it
that,
true,
bro?
bro?
Do you really believe that? Do you believe there's a
No.
society that we don't know about? I don't know. I'm
Uh,
asking. Really asking.
Bro,
I have no
like
idea.
personally, I believe it. Like, see, I believe it because I've seen a lot of content, and I don't know, like, if I have to believe the content or not. I've seen a lot of content,
Yeah,
and the instances, like, they were connecting, bro. They were connecting. Whatever I saw was connecting, and it was actually making sense, right? So I
yeah.
started to
Everything on
believe,
the
okay, yeah, I started to believe, okay, there might be something, of this sort, and
yeah
which we don't know,
could
and
be, bro.
yeah.
I think I'm just not smart enough to know. I'm not one of those guys. Yeah,
I don't know, like I sometimes I'll feel like I want to know the root for that.
dude. What if? Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think like if they exist, do you think they're like good or bad?
Oh, it's tough question, bro.
You're the
Good or
expert,
bad?
bro.
Good or bad? Bro, I feel it's good, bro. I feel it's good.
Yeah,
And bad equally bad because I don't know, bro. Like, see, good in terms of artist, okay. Good in terms of being an artist, like you're getting what you want, like
yeah. But forget the
whatever
artist.
is
Like
that.
for the world,
Yeah.
is it good
For
for the
the
world?
For the world, I think it's bad, bro. They're fucking it up,
All
bro.
right.
Like, if you see in the larger perspective,
Yeah,
these guys. See, I don't know, bro. These guys are like, I feel they're controlling. They just want to feed out people information what they have to give out, and
yeah,
people are also like that, just taking information what it is being given, right? That's what I feel, and I feel
yeah,
if it is existing, I feel they're the ones who's controlling the movements, and I
yeah.
always want to be the controller, bro. I'm just finding, a pathway to that. I want to control all the small things in my
So
life.
if you got a mail tomorrow and they're just like, hey, we saw your interview with Akhil Oso and we want to ask you to join the Illuminati, would you join?
I will straight away run to West, bro. I'll straight away go and find out. It's okay, bro. Like, my personal mentality is, fuck. I don't want to live for too long. I don't want to live for too long. Let it be like minimum years. But I want to have whatever I want to have in my life, because you don't know
Okay.
what is life after death, right? No one
Yeah,
knows it. We just have assumptions. Okay, after death
yeah,
we just have assumptions, and I don't want to die without fulfilling my dreams. So let me join the secret
okay.
society, and then, okay, give me what I want. I'm ready to sacrifice my soul for you or whatever it is.
Sacrifice my soul is wild. That's fucking
Bro,
wild, bro.
that
Jeez,
that
you went from I'm a spiritual human being manifesting my purpose to I will sacrifice myself to the Illuminati.
that's what's going
Jeez.
on, bro. That's what I think is going on. I don't know. I at least want to
Yeah,
find an answer, bro. I at least want to find an answer for this. That's why I asked you
yeah.
if you know anything
No,
about it.
I don't know. I have no idea. Never spoken about it.
Yeah, and also I had this weird thought, bro. Okay, when I was researching about Illuminati, I was thinking, like, if does India, like, is influenced by this culture? Then I thought, okay, India wouldn't be influenced because our belief system and our God's power is different, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, Indians cannot go to Illuminati and stuff. I don't know, bro. It's a
So
weird
there's
thing.
like
I
a
don't
secret
think.
society, but it's not in India.
Sorry, bro. I couldn't hear that.
So there's like a secret society that's controlling everything, just not in India.
I think so, bro. I don't know. Like, it's so weird. I don't know
I
the
would I would
answer yet.
explain.
Yeah, because there are some, rules for that. Okay, which have, like, only due to my research I've got to know all of this. If you're a part of
Yeah,
secret society, you're not telling any god's name like Jesus or Allah or Rama or something. Okay, but our
yeah.
people, like, they tend to
You give
use,
out
like,
signs.
what, bro? Even science, yeah, even science.
You give
That's
out
right.
signs.
Yeah, but our people or our artists, like, are totally are into our, whatever we call Sanatan Dharma or whatever it is. Like, let it be any
Yeah,
religion, but I'm not
yeah,
against religion or anything. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's crazy, bro. Like, fuck, I'm not getting an answer for this. It's okay. Let me try more hard. Yeah,
Do you
bro.
think the only reason you haven't been invited to the secret society is because you're Indian?
I don't know, bro. Might be. Might be.
I think that's it. I think you have what it takes otherwise to be one of the overlords. I think it's just
Mm-hmm.
because you're Indian. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know, bro. It's so weird.
Maybe
Let's
if you
see,
stay
bro.
in
I'll try
Ireland long
to.
enough, you get like a residency.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay. Let's see.
That
Let's see.
might be
I
the
don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know what's in the store.
Bro, okay, since you already like talked about a conspiracy, what do you think about like the Vatican?
Vatican?
Yeah, the Vatican, like the place the where the church is, that one
Uh,
church, big
yeah.
church.
That must
The
be
Vatican.
UK, right? That must be in UK if I'm not
I
sure.
don't know where the Vatican is. I think it's in
Uh,
Rome.
oh, I don't know, bro.
Vatican is
I've
its own
not.
country.
Hmm?
Vatican is
Vatican
its own
is
country.
okay. I've not known about this, bro. I've not
Bro,
known
it's like
about
where
this.
the main church is. And they
The
got like
main
crazy
church, or
like
like, okay, where these guys perform their, rituals and stuff.
they do the rituals there. That's
Okay,
fun.
fuck,
Have you seen
man.
that movie, dude, with the Dan Brown's thing? The Dan Brown's book done it Angels and Demons?
No,
I think
no,
this
no.
one's
I am not actually into movies, bro. I never watched movies. At one point in my life, bro, I just got sparked up by this topic, okay. And day in and day out, I used to just research like at least for a month or two. I was like so done, bro. I'm
obsessed.
like,
So yeah.
dude, like what is happening? We're trying so hard here, and these guys are doing it within a click, right? Only that moment I was doing a lot of research, and later I realized there's no point of wasting my time over this. Let me leave all of this
Yeah.
shit and let me concentrate on what I have to do. That's how I felt. That's what I felt.
What's one
And
conspiracy theory that you like totally believe in?
conspiracy theory regarding like about Illuminati,
Anything. Anything.
about Illuminati only, bro. I totally believe in that. I totally believe in that because, bro, like
Bro, I
I've heard
yeah,
artists talking about it, bro. I don't know, like, see, it can't be like deepfake videos also. I've heard them
yeah.
talking because sometimes I'll think I'm a very like a logical thinker, okay? Like
All right.
if I see a video, I'll try to lip sync, like if the lips are, like telling the same thing
Yeah,
or how it is, and I'll
yeah,
try to, resource the video from another site or something to just find out, this is a legit video. I've seen people talking about it, and I've seen some crazy videos like Juice WRLD selling his soul, and some guys
yeah,
telling like on the videos like, oh my god, Juice WRLD just sold his soul. That ritual is
yeah,
happening there. I don't know, like seeing all this,
yeah.
right? It is crazy that you tend to believe it, right? Even if it, I don't know, even if it is true or not
You
true.
should find out who Marilyn Manson is.
Yeah, let's see, bro. Hopefully, thanks for this podcast. It sparked me back. Let me find the answer out.
Awesome, dude. I'm
Yeah.
convinced that there's like a whole civilization of people in the North Pole that we just
Hmm.
don't have access. That's a
Yeah.
theory. That's a whole conspiracy theory. That's why no one gets to go there. It's like
Yeah.
controlled by like the whole world countries, and I feel like there's a whole community in the North Pole that just exists of like higher species. I'm convinced
Amazing,
about
bro.
this.
Yeah.
I'm fully
I,
convinced about this.
and bro, I have an interesting question. Okay, you can choose not to answer also.
Unanswered.
I don't know why I'm asking you this. If you could
Yeah.
diss one artist without any consequences, like whom
Hmm.
it would be, bro? Like, are
If I
you?
could, can you repeat the question? You got cut off for a second.
Yeah. So if you could diss any one artist in
If
like
I could
tell
diss any one
diss any
artist,
one artist in the Indian industry right now,
bro, you know
whom
how much
whom?
I love music and how much I care about music. You think I'm gonna
Yeah.
give my opportunity to create music to someone else? I
No,
did,
like,
bro.
okay, and what do
Nah,
you think about the dissing culture, bro? Is it a part of the hip hop culture, or people have got it just to get their
that's a
anger
good
or
question,
stress
bro.
out?
It's part of hip hop culture to an extent
Mm-hmm,
where it's battle rap is part of hip
mm-hmm,
hop culture.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dissing in records sometimes is part of hip hop culture, and I can't say sometimes, bro, because it's so part of like everything we
Mm-hmm,
grew up in, but it's not the foundation of hip hop by any
mm-hmm,
means whatsoever, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Dissing right now, if you're doing it purely to get attention,
mm-hmm,
I don't think it's the right thing to do. If you're dissing because you want to showcase your skill level, to a certain extent, I can
Mm-hmm.
understand that that's pure hip hop, that you want to kind of like, bro, bar for bar, I can beat anybody, that kind of mentality. And okay, cool,
Yeah.
that's also a thing. But if you're doing it
Mm-hmm.
nowadays for clout, if you're doing it to like, show, like, bro, I want to get your fan base, I just want to get some views, some clicks, whatever, I think it's stupid. Bro, I'm a huge Eminem fan. He's tatted on my hand. I
Yeah.
think Eminem only lost one fucking beef in his entire life, and I know
Yeah.
every Eminem fan is gonna hate me for it, or whatever else. I love Eminem. He's tatted on my hand, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But there was one time he went up against Michael Jackson. He said
Mm-hmm.
a whole lot of shit, like just like fun shit, dude. He wasn't even like straight dissing Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the one interview that I saw Michael Jackson do after that changed my mentality on, do I want to diss other people as an artist?
Okay. Okay.
When an interview asked Michael Jackson, like, Eminem's been saying this, saying that, saying this about you, he's just like, I like Eminem's music and I like making good music. I don't know why he needs to take shots at me, but I don't think you need to like attack somebody else to make great music. And that's when in my head it shifted from
Yeah.
me trying to be a rapper who's like listen to everything I have to say to a
Mm-hmm.
person who's creating amazing music. I
Mm-hmm.
completely identify as a music artist first, and as a
Amazing.
music artist, I mix, produce, rap, engineer stuff,
Yeah.
create
Yeah.
my clothes, all of that stuff. But I'm not a rapper first. And if you're a rapper, and you only identify as a rapper, I can see that that could be important to you.
Amazing, bro. And bro, like, what's the most, personal song that you have ever written, bro? Like, which is, connected to you, and is there any song like that? Or I know, like, as an artist, you love all the tracks, what you do, but
Yeah,
any one if you had to pick, this is like,
I
like
think
it made me
the
feel I
song
wanted to
that I
work.
dropped quite recently,
Mm-hmm.
called Two Stories. That was
Okay,
quite like a deep emotional project. Yeah,
that's
that one I made
amazing,
like
bro.
years back as well. I just didn't have the strength to release it, and I do now. So it's out. It's
Okay,
also my best performing song, which is
yeah,
insane.
it's amazing, bro. And apart from all of this, how is your personal life going on, bro? Like, what do you do?
Zero.
What is your day? What is your day like? What do you do?
I wake up in the morning around 9:30, 10. I guess
Mm-hmm.
that's what like I call morning. And I'm in the gym by like 11:30. I work out and train for like 3 hours. I usually only do
Amazing.
kickboxing.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, my gym is like right next to my studio. It's literally I
Mm-hmm.
can throw a rock to hit my gym kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then from the gym, I have a shower there. Get to the
Mm-hmm.
studio. This is my studio, and then I
Amazing, bro.
work till 3:30 in the morning, and
Mm-hmm.
then I go back and pass out. And that's every single day. No days off. No fucking friends. No chilling. No drinking. None of that
Mm-hmm.
shit. It's
Mm-hmm.
very very rare that very few people can somehow get a little bit of time out of me, and for
Mm-hmm.
those people, I'm eternally grateful for. But apart from those very rare situations, you'll never see me not working.
Amazing, bro. That's really good to know. And thanks on that context. I want to tell thanks for making time, for our show.
Yes, sir.
Because
I
I
appreciate.
asked you like I just asked you like, do you want to be a part of it, and you were up down for it. I was actually thinking like, how do I convince you, and
Yeah,
how do I get you on the show? But thanks a lot, bro. It's really sweet of you
yeah.
to agree on the first text itself. It really means a
Thank
lot to us, Yeah,
you. I see like you just, began your whole journey into this. Like you've been
yeah,
doing it for a little bit, but you're like really going all out now. And
yeah,
I just want to also, if there's anyone that I can help you get connected to, or anything
yeah,
that you need to
yeah,
help take this forward, just
yeah.
reach out and I'll do what I can.
Yeah, so it's been a couple of months starting this, bro. Like I had this plan from a long time when I was in India, but I wanted to start this once I moved here to Ireland. So it's going great, bro. Like I have a team like who's giving their all out and working on it. I have an amazing editor, bro, who does the stuff. He knows what we need. I'll just give the
Yeah,
clips to him, and he does, and after he sends the final, the files, I'll just be amazed, bro. It'll even beat my
yeah.
expectations sometimes. Honestly, I don't have any expectations from him, but he will just do a mind blowing job and be like, "Macha, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted." He knows it. He knows what I
Shout him
need.
out. Shout him out. What's his name? Shout him out.
His name is Dominic, bro. Dominic Savio is an amazing guy,
Let's
very
go,
sweet guy.
Dominic
Yeah,
Savio. Much love, bro.
yeah,
Keep going.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And bro, like, do you have any nominations, bro? Like, some
Come on your
interesting
podcast.
personality, yeah,
Get Viran.
nominations
Get
for
Viran on your podcast. Get
Viren.
Viran, get Chirayu, get Jessley on your podcast. Those are
All
fucking
right, bro.
amazing people.
And I'll probably contact you back, to put them in touch with me. Please help me
Yeah,
with that. Yeah, please don't
for
mind
sure.
me texting you back,
Okay,
bro.
let me do one thing better for you, bro. Since this is
Thank.
like the beginning of stages of this podcast becoming something, every person that like any guest that you bring, when you ask them to nominate someone, ask them to
Hmm.
leave a question for that person as well, and then the other
Okay,
guest has to answer it, and then nominate the next person and leave a question, and it's just a chain that keeps
amazing,
building,
amazing, bro.
right?
Let's start with
Uh,
you, bro. Let's start with you.
with Viran, if you, I'm gonna name three guests, whichever guest you
Yeah,
get, ask them that
yeah.
question. With Viran, I'm gonna say I know personally, V, that you've gone through one of the most difficult emotional years, but also the most creative and output, like when it comes to music, the most amount of output this year. How the hell did you balance it and not go absolutely mental doing it? Right.
Hmm.
And for Jessley in particular, I want to ask her, like, you've just come out of your shell, and literally 2 3 days back in my studio you sat down and you're like, I quit everything else and I'm a full time musician, the best I've ever, and I'm going all out. What are you most excited about seeing yourself become in the next 1 year, and with Chirayu, bro, with Chirayu, I'm just gonna ask her was right straight out directly, how long before you become the biggest rapper in the
Yeah,
Kannada industry and why?
yeah. Amazing, bro. Thanks a lot for this, bro. I'll probably get in touch with them, and following this up, I'll get them on the show and talk to them also. Do you have
Amazing.
anything else, bro? We're almost at the end of the
No, bro, that's
podcast.
pretty much
Do you
it.
have
I
anything
appreciate
else?
it. I drop a brand new song every single week on my Instagram and Spotify, Apple Music, everything else. I'm Akhil
Hmm.
Oso on all the platforms. So check it out. I'm trying to find Russ and get signed to Russ. So if anyone knows how I can meet Russ and talk to him, hit
Okay.
him up. Otherwise, drop a comment on my post saying, Russ, check this out. And I'd appreciate
Okay,
it.
and I missed out an important thing, bro. I just saw it Instagram and you told, I'll get Grammys home, right? I fucking love
Yes,
it, bro.
sir.
I love your confidence, bro. I
Thank you,
hope
brother.
you get Grammys home soon, and I wish you all the best, bro. All the best in your
Yes,
journey.
sir.
Let's
Thank you.
fucking get that, bro. And
Appreciate it.
I love to
Yes,
meet
sir.
you, bro. When I'm in Bangalore, I'll probably text you.
Yeah,
Let's
we're going
meet.
to do some
Please
stuff.
make
Yeah,
some. Yeah, I'll probably come down to your studio or something like for some
100%.
time whenever you're free.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks a lot, bro. Thanks a
Done.
lot, Akhil.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Have a
Bye.
lovely day. Bye, bro. See you.
Bye.
Welcome back to Old Monk Radio, guys. First of all, I would like to thank each and every one of y'all who's watching this, supporting us from day one. I would really appreciate you guys for liking, sharing, and engaging with the content. Hope you guys are loving it. Please feel free to drop down any suggestions. We are open for any suggestions because we're also in the process of learning, right? No one is perfect at anything. That's what I believe in personally. And also, I've noticed that 81% of our listeners have not subscribed to our channel yet. Please make sure that you subscribe to our channel because it motivates us to get in better guests and also keep going. Please support your friends like how you do for the bigger people. That's what I would ask you guys for.